Hello everyone, welcome back to Future I. In this class, let us prove all theorems of circles chapter in one shot. First, let us prove the first theorem of this chapter. The theorem statement goes like this, and in the examination, the theorem can be asked like this. Prove that the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. First, understand the theorem statement. Here, the word tangent is very important. Tangent means a line which intersects circle at one point. To make you to better understand, let me take a figure here. Here, there is a circle with center O, and there is a line XY. This line intersects the circle at only one point. At this point it is intersecting. Hence XY is called tangent. And this point I have denoted by P, and this point we call it as point of contact. So these are the given things in the figure, children. This is what we have to write in given. I repeat again. A circle with the center O, XY is a tangent to the circle at point of contact P. This is we have to write in data. And what we have to prove is this circle OP is called radius and XY is called tangent. Hence, OP is perpendicular to XY. This is what we have to prove in this theorem. So first let us move on to the first step, children, that is the data. What I said, first write off those things. O is the center of the circle and XY is the tangent to the circle at a point P. You have to write through the point of contact P also. Next step is to prove. So OP is perpendicular to XY. Without construction we cannot prove this. Hence, let us take the help of the construction. Look at the figure. Take a point Q on XY. I have taken one point Q on XY other than P. P is already there. Other than P, you have to take another point and join OQ. So this is construction. Take a point Q on XY other than P and join OQ. Next, let us move on to last step, that is proof. So before going to prove this, so let me explain one very important thing. Now I am taking this point inside the circle. Now I am joining this point to the center. Now this length is less than OP length because this point is inside the circle. If I take point Q, this Q is outside the circle. Hence, OQ length is greater than OP length. I repeat again, try to understand. Here the point is less than the circle. I mean inside the circle. It is inside the circle. Hence, this distance is less than OP. Here Q is outside the circle. Hence, this distance is greater than OP. You may ask, sir, point Q also outside the circle. No, it is not outside the circle. It is on the circle. Hence, OP has become radius. I repeat again, try to understand. The point which is lying inside the circle, that distance is less than the radius. The point which is lying outside the circle, that distance is greater than the radius. This is what you wanted to understand very importantly in this theorem. So now let us proceed the proof. As I said, the point Q lies on the tangent other than the point of contact P, but Q lies outside the circle. See, Q is lying outside the circle, hence OQ is greater than OP. So this is the first thing you wanted to understand in proof. And the next thing is, see, OP is shortest distance between this point and this line XY. Understand one more thing, very importantly, I am taking a line and I am taking this point. Let me assume this point as O and this line as XY. Now here there are many points. Now join this O to this point like this and like this and like this and like this, which will be the shortest one compared to all this line, which is perpendicular one. The perpendicular one will be the shortest one, and which is the shortest, that is the perpendicular one. So here compared to OQ and OP, OP is the shortest one, hence OP will become perpendicular to XY. That is the second thing you wanted to understand in proof, children. OP is the shortest distance between the point O and the line XY. Why it is shortest means because the shortest distance between a point and a line is the perpendicular distance. Here it is the shortest one, hence it is perpendicular distance. Hence we can write off what we wanted to prove, that is OP perpendicular to XY. Hence we have proved this theorem. Next, let us move on to the second theorem of this chapter, and this is very simple when compared to last. The theorem statement goes like this, and this theorem can be asked in the examination like this. Prove that the length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So first understand the theorem statement, children. To make you to understand, first let me take a figure here. Here O is the center of the circle, you can easily say of, and PQ and PR are tangents, and these tangents are drawn from the point P, and this point P is external point. So external point means this point is outside the circle. So from this point we have drawn tangents to the circle. I repeat again, children. So here there is a circle with center O. PQ and PR are tangents. P is external point. Now look at the theorem statement and try to understand the length of the tangents. Means the PQ length and the PR lengths drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Means PQ length will be equal to PR length. That is what we wanted to prove here. So first let us move on to the very first step, that is the data. What are all the things I said here? You write off that O is the center of the circle. PQ and PR are tangents to the circle from an external point P. These are the given things. What we wanted to prove is the length of PQ is equals to PR. Move on to the next step to prove PQ is equals to PR. So without construction we cannot prove this. We have to take the help of the construction. So look at the figure now. First join OQ, next join OR, and finally join OP. This is a construction. Join OQ, OR and OP. Now as we look at the figure, we have two triangles here, isn't it? For proof, consider these two triangles and show these two triangles are congruent. So it's very simple to show these two are as congruent. In triangle PQO, means this triangle, and triangle PRO, this triangle. In these two triangles, OQ is equals to OR, means this one. OQ is equals to OR. These are equal. The reason is radii of the same circle. Radii of circle is always same. Next, OP equals to OP. This one. This OP is equals to OP itself because that is a common side for both the triangle. Next, this angle. This angle OQP is equals to ORP. These two angles are equal. Just now we have proved in the last theorem why these two angles are equal. These two angles are perpendicular to the tangent. These two angles measurement will be equals to 90 degree. The radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Hence these two angle measurement will be 90 degree. Hence these two angles are equal. Angle OQP equals to angle ORP. The reason is right angles. Why these are right angles? Just now we proved in the last theorem. The radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Now here we have this is one pair of side, this is another pair of side, and this is right angle. And here these two, this OP children, OP has become hypotenuse. So this is the right angle triangle and this is the right angle triangle. This is hypotenuse for both the triangles. So here this is a hypotenuse. This is OQ is equals to OR. This is one side of triangle, and OP equals to OP. This is the hypotenuse, and these angles are 90 degree. Hence, under RHS congruence rule, these two triangles are congruent. The reason is RHS congruency. And you learned that when two triangles are congruent, all its corresponding sides and corresponding angles are equal. And we can show that what we wanted to prove. That is PQ is equals to PR. The reason is CP, CT. Hence, we have proved. Dear students, I hope you have understood these two theorems. Both the theorems we completed in one shot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please subscribe for my channel.